open and just transparent, and really want everybody to share. March seemed like, I don't know for everybody, but March seemed like as a team, it was great. It was one of our better months, given there's a lot going on in the world right now, and very, very serious stuff in which you probably all know, watch the news and keep up to date. That being said, we really wanted to talk about this because we do this as a business for many different reasons. We appreciate the additional income. We appreciate touching people's lives and helping them change their lives. We appreciate the feedback they give us when it's so positive for themselves and their family. And with just because I'm looking at Diana with her experience with oregano, just all these wonderful, wonderful things that March was great, I feel, for that reason. People were looking for ways to better their health because of so much uncertainty going on. You guys have probably watched the doTERRA chats with Dr. O, and I can't even think of his name. Dr. O and I forget his name. Anyways, their chats, we've been posting it, and just really interesting because it has nothing to do with doTERRA, but everything to do with the pandemic right now. So I think that's why March was great. People are searching for natural things. People are searching for immune boosts, just searching for anything to help their families, because a lot of people are essential and they have to go to work and they want to feel protected and they want to feel like we have maybe the oils and supplements to help them. So I want to kind of hear from all of you. How did you guys feel about March? Like, did you hit your goals? Did you set goals? Maybe you didn't. Maybe it was just a time for you to get grounded again and feel out your business. Maybe you had to take a little bit of a break. So please open and share how you felt about March, goals and helping others, or was it just a time of transition? I'm going to mute myself and you guys go ahead.
Okay, I'll give you guys time to think while I make this announcement. I messed up and I went live on my personal page, which all I did was talk about Blue Lotus and how it's a sexy time oil. So I'm hoping Facebook doesn't, whatever. So that was a mistake, but I shared it. So here's the thing. I shared it in our group, but if you want to, feel free to share it with other people. It's public, and typically I only go live in the group, and our biz call is live in our business group. So there you go. Okay, now I'm muting myself.
Okay, I unmuted myself because I wanted to say that not everybody that you're going to come across is going to be a builder. We all know that. When Kanani introduced me to doTERRA, I didn't have a kid. I didn't have any business background into this business, and I was able to find some people. I've never found a builder, but I'm steady every month at least between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. And my husband and I both take the LLB. I'm listening to Erin and her group. Can you hear me? I'm listening to Erin and her group today and every Wednesday and Friday. And I encourage everybody to do that, because the more we learn about these oils, the better off we're going to be, whether we build a business or whether we're using them for ourselves. And I just encourage that, because I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for these wonderful oils. And I mean that health-wise. I don't mean that financially. I mean this health-wise. And health is the most important thing. When you get as old as I am, you're going to realize that health is the important thing. Not how much money you make, what house you live in, what car you drive, where you go on vacation, but how healthy you are. And I'm healthy today because of these oils. And I really believe that. And I encourage you all to always, always strive for your maximum health for you and your family. And as you talk to other people and you encourage them to be healthy, they will join your business. They may not do anything but do for themselves. And most of the 30 people I have in the business only do for themselves, but we are all healthier because of it. And that's what I had to say for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Always appreciate that, because you are, when you guys have a chance to listen to her story about being on 20 something medications, but well, that's a whole nother topic, but she is truly like living the doTERRA life. If you don't feel comfortable with sharing, or Auntie, you want to go, or did you mute? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I had you asked the question, what was my March like? And you just kind of hit the nail on the head, which was, did you set any goals, right? And I really didn't set any goals. And part of it is great because after you have a built up group below you, you can sort of take some time off. But I feel like I've been on hiatus since January. It's like been in a fog. And yesterday something just woke up and said, I am so grateful, so grateful, not just for the business, but for the oils, because it was because of reading Diana's story about how the oregano just really had a change for her physically, for her health. And that kind of just awoken me. And then a friend of mine, a downline, out of the blue, she went and enrolled someone with a natural solutions kit, because I have been telling her, you have all these people, and she's really into natural health. She's having her 7th child. They're having their 7th child at home. And her husband said to me, oh, the midwife is just all into On Guard. And so all these little things just kind of triggered something in me, and it just made me sit up and say, and what am I doing to share that with other people? What am I doing to share that with other people? Not about the business, but about the oils and how they can help. And I also heard some business person say that we have a new dynamic coming around for us. We have to think online. We have to think differently. What we had before is not going to be going forward the same. We are going to be pushed out of our comfort zones. And we all have to get to that point where we just say, hey, it's either shit or get off the pot. Excuse my language. It's, what do you want to do with, and for me, it's not about, it is about the money, but it's about sharing something that, like Diana said, at our age, we know what's really important. It's our health, right? Like, I'm kind of jonesing here without Deep Blue, but I've been told that polyphenol will be back in stock at the end of the month, so I'll be fine. I have 1 bottle left, right? So all these little things really make me so grateful for the oils, but it makes me want to go out and say, all these people that I know that are really worried, and they're, kind of wigging out about how they're going to take care of their health. These are things that we need to share. Not that we can share, we need to share. If we really love our brothers and sisters as people, as human beings, we want to give them the best, that, like what we know of is the best, which is doTERRA essential oils and the supplements. And it is a gift to us. So we need to make the best of the gift and share the gift. Don't think of the money, just think of the gift, because everything else will come from that. It'll just well up inside. And yes, I did decide I have to fill out my book and my goals. So just before the call, that's what I was doing, and so I'm trying to mastermind this thing. And so if there's anybody that really wants to, I found that partnering, I've been doing this biblical study with the girlfriend of mine, and we get on the phone every day and FaceTime, and we talk about the readings and such. And it's really helped me in that regard. So if there's someone out there in our group that really needs to be helped with their goal setting and stuff, I'm happy to do it with you. But I want somebody that's committed, because I know that it will help me. It'll push you, it'll push me. And I think pairing up might be a good way for us to challenge each other. It's a good way for us not to feel isolated, which I have been feeling that way. But pushing myself to be on this really regimented schedule like I started this morning, I just feel like I'm back to my old self now. I feel like I'm out of the fog. I have this mission, right? And it's about sharing and caring. It's really about sharing and caring about what we have as a gift. We have been given a gift to share. It's our jobs to go and share that. And if you don't realize that, think about all the family and friends that you know of that are on the front lines, helping other people, and they're dying. Some of them, the doctors and nurses, are dying because they're helping other people. And we need to be able to share what we can so that we don't have our loved ones and friends and families that are on the front lines doing all this hard work, hard lifting all by themselves. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox, but if there's anyone that wants to do a, partnering with me, private message me or send me a text, okay? Thanks.
I'll jump in. Hi, everyone. Hopefully this works well. My chat only goes to Eliza, so I can't say. I was like, oh, hello. But it's perfect, Cheryl. I love your passion. And I also, it inspires me. I've had a couple things I'll share with you real quick. But really why I started doing this business was just what you spoke to, is I couldn't not help people. I'm always like, just put oils on and you'll get better and things will, they work. And especially now, it's the same. I'm like, everyone should have oils in their masks. Like, it could be so much better and much more help. Like what you're talking about, especially with our healthcare workers, that would be huge. And my really simple share, besides, I always am amazed with the way doTERRA, I'm sure you guys know this, my kid. I'm sure you know that doTERRA is so wise, and as a business and a company, and I'm sure you guys have talked about like the way they're prepared and all these things, but the magic of when we get like a special oil like Blue Lotus, like they're always in alignment with like the bigger consciousness of this planet, and it blows my mind over time and time again. So like that fact that we're all trying to move forward and grow in this, I just read something about like we're in a cocoon phase. Everybody's cocooning into our own spaces and figuring out what is really important, what really matters, and what we're going to grow forth. So it's a big transition. And that's something to do with Blue Lotus is connected to that, especially with the pineal gland and the consciousness awareness, which I'm learning along with you. So it's just exciting, and it's of course challenging, especially for all shifting to online for sharing the oils. But all I ever really did was what you said, Cheryl, was just keep helping. And the main thing is to want to help. And we all have varying levels, like Diana said, not everyone is going to do all the things, but it doesn't matter. I had one lady, she's so cute. She's probably in our elder group age as well, so she realized the value of her health. And she always tells me she's going to share the oils, but she doesn't really, and that's okay. But yesterday, she helps me with other little orders and stuff, that's helpful. And yesterday she wrote me how when she met me and the person that introduced her name was Dana, how she's like, that was a time that something shifted for her and she moved out of like a challenging relationship, and like the energy surrounding the circumstances of her meeting us really helped her shift into the next phase of her life. And basically she's like, hey, you guys were a big part of that. I'm like, oh, great. So we never know, right, what we're doing and how much of a big impact just one drop can be. And yet we do. Like, we know, like I know that one drop could change people in a big way. So I just wanted to share that because that's what has been coming up. And I love watching all of you sharing, and especially now that I'm here in Bali. And I'm here in Bali thanks to doTERRA, of course. But I was telling, I wrote the post in your group about the tropics. I was like, oh, I forgot. I grew up there in Hawaii. If you don't know, I grew up there, but it's the amount of oils you really need if you live in the tropics. No, you need a lot. So it's really nice to be here, and way to go, just sharing your heart. I know that's why it's working for you all as a team, because you're just caring, loving, amazing, aloha spirits. So nice to be here, and I'll see you here and there.
Thanks, Lotus.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, it's so many good things. So many good things were said about sharing our passion, our love, getting oils into people's hands, because especially now they need it more than anything else, or any time. This is a really serious time. But I kind of want to transition into a little bit of what Auntie Sherlyn was saying about setting our goals. Sometimes we don't go into a month thinking about that. We're thinking maybe other things, right? We're thinking about our personal order, or we're thinking about how can I help my mom, or how can I help my dad? Maybe we're thinking about that, and that's great. That should all be part of our plan, our goal setting for the month. But as a builder, it's really, really important to have goals, and whatever that means to you. I like to do it my way. Eliza probably has her own way, same for Kate or whoever. But I like to write it in my book, my daily planner, that I write down my tasks that I'm going to do every day. I like to even have it posted, if like on my bathroom mirror. For me, that works. My husband thinks it's weird, but oh well, too bad, don't look at it. I like to do those things. However, maybe you want it in your car, however you want. But having a goal, if your goal is enrollment, if your goal is to just talk to 20 people this month about doTERRA, if your goal is rank, or maybe it's power of 3, maybe you really want to hit your 50 because you lost your job, and maybe getting $100 check is going to be a great thing, because that's going to pay for your oils. That's not really coming out of your pocket. Whatever your goal may be, but it has to be set on that first day, because it's kind of like your plan of attack. It's going to set the tone for the month, and you're going to have like a map. You're going to have this map, and you're going to know how to navigate to get to your goal, whatever it is. So if you do have a piece of paper in front of you, maybe jot down some ideas, or if you have a goal, write it down. Or maybe you need time to think. Like, I'm a thinker, so it's hard for me to be like, yeah, go, okay, go. So maybe just kind of think about it, and you can always do it later on your own time. But setting a goal, and if you did set a goal, maybe you want to share what you have for April. Don't feel like you have to.
So I want to chime in real quick and just, first of all, Lotus said in the chat, writing your goal down makes it real. I'm actually going to kind of disagree with Kanani and say, if you're only writing your goal down now, you're kind of behind the curve. So I don't go into a month on day one and go, okay, what am I going to accomplish this month? I'm thinking about it from last month. And because I'm in charge of this entire team, I actually think about things sometimes months in advance. It's hard to keep track of everything, but in terms of, where we're going and how we want to continue to be of support. So not, of course, write your goal down right now. My goal kind of always stays the same in terms of like rank and power of 3, but I really just to pull in everything that people are talking about when we think about actionable items and where they fall into, like in the pipes trail. Diana kind of talked about this idea of really always continuously being a learner. And so that's in that prepare phase, right? The more that we are becoming learners of the oils and the products, then we're able to better share. Mom talked about being Sherlyn, aka my mother, talked about being of service and just stepping into service. And so your goal doesn't have to be tied to necessarily enrollment or money, but just who can I serve? Because here's the thing, if people are buying oils from you, you have a responsibility to support them. And tonight, if you're in my builder's text, I sent kind of a little strongly worded text, more strong for me, to be honest. I've never sent a text that strong, like kind of calling people out and calling people up. Like, we have a responsibility to these people, whether our checks are $50 to $10,000, right? That's kind of the range on our team, okay? Regardless of what, or even if you're just getting a fast start check, or there's somebody that's ordering from you that is putting that money. And so we just have to think about how are we of service to them? And that takes away, and if that means enrolling them with oils that they need, if that means, reaching out to them and making sure that whatever oils they've had that they haven't used yet, that they know how to use, whatever that looks like. Lotus is also writing, and I am going to share about these later, is that this is why she loves the oil chat lives. Learning inspires us to share. And I know Diana said and Tawny said that they've been coming into those. What's really tricky about those, you guys, is they're not recorded. And because everything that's shared, it allows you to be completely non-compliant. But those people, I know that she's on here earlier, Michael's on here. She said that she went to one too, and it was so great. So we'll share that schedule with you guys. But yeah. So much good wisdom there for sure. So as you're just jotting down your goal, think about a goal. Like my goal is always diamond and 1500. And I always have a goal of enrolling, but my bigger goal is always, how am I going to support my people? That's always my bigger goal. All of that other stuff comes into play when I show up for you guys, and I would like to think that everyone on this page or this call would, some of you don't know me that well yet, but like know that that's true, that I show up. And so that's always where it comes from. How do I show up for a customer group? How do I show up for you guys as builders? So not only your goal, but the actionable item. What does that showing up? What does that service look like? And that's where, your goal and your actionable items gets to be super personal and just tied to you. So sorry, I don't want to keep going on and on. If anybody wants to share anything or their goal, go ahead, Kate.
I'll jump in. I'm going to kind of combine both what Kanani was asking earlier and this whole talk about goals, because I feel like it's such a weird time right now. Like, it's really strange. And I have this other layer that I'm kind of dealing with emotionally, which I didn't really think I was going to talk about tonight, but I almost feel like it's a calling for me to share more. But my mom passed away in February, so I was kind of MIA for a while. Sorry, it's a little emotional, but it was a weird transition back into normal life again after that, because it's such a shock to your system. Like, your one person that's always been there is not there anymore. So of course, my oils I'm leaning on super hard right now, and my people, Liza, Kanan, all my friends everywhere have been super supportive. But when I started kind of venturing back into the doTERRA world, because behind the scenes, this Corona thing was happening. And so I kind of ignored it because I couldn't handle any more than what I was dealing with. And then as I was coming out of it, what really pulled me back into doTERRA was I gotta support my people. Like, this thing is happening and they need support with immunity. They need to understand how to make hand sanitizers. They need to understand how these products can calm them down, because this is so stressful. Like, it's causing me anxiety, and I know it's got to be causing everyone anxiety. And then we're isolated, so then we have this other layer of like stress on top of everything. So yeah, I just feel like this support of our people is so important. Like, it's pushing me to reach out to my inactive people. Like, this is what you have. Here's some classes. We have so many things online right now. Jump on it. Please learn how to use what you have. If you don't want to buy more, no problem, but at least use something that you have in your closet that's collecting dust right now. So I've been reaching out to all these people. I've been sending out catalogs, tear pads with basic education, all of our class schedules. I've been doing a couple runs to the post office, which actually I'm sending my husband for, which kind of makes me nervous, but he feels more comfortable going out and about, and I make sure he like sanitizes after. But I've been sending out a lot of packages for kind of random people on my team that are just inactive. And my plan is to keep doing that for all my inactive people. And then I did a ton of messages today with our online classes. And so I'm going to keep doing that because I want people to have what they need emotionally and for their immunity. Like, that's my two main points when I'm talking to people is we have to use what we have because we need to be okay. Like, this time is so, I don't know. I myself am going through these phases at home emotionally. So I keep leaning on my oils and it's helping me so much. And I want to do that for other people. So I'm doing that. I out of the blue, well, I don't want to say out of the blue, but last month was great. Like, I hit gold, which I only, I don't hit gold every month, but it was great that I did that. And my goal is to do that again this month. And I want to support my people because they hit some of their goals. And I know for me, my husband is about to be out of a job. So I need that income. And so do my people under me because I know they're in similar situations. So those are my goals. And that's, my why right now is just coming back to that emotional and immunity. It's like my main focus right now, and I want to just share that with everybody.
Thank you so much, Kate. I just, first of all, oh my God, I want to tell you how grateful I am for you, of all the things, and just for sharing that. And I know that this has been the hardest thing that you've ever gone through, and we just love you and support you. And what Lotus wrote is that she needed this reminder. I really realized I don't use my oils for emotional support nearly as much. I'm so practical and use them for immune stuff, primarily physical support. And I think that that is something that is so true for many of us. And I have had to up level my game because as much I talked about this last week, as much as I love my children, I mean, sweet Jesus, like, I will never get a break for them for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Grammy is stepping in a little bit here and there once a week, so Daddy and I can just get a few hours of sanity. But yeah, so what I wanted to capitalize on, though, with what Kate shared is this is an incredible way to be of service. We have all enrolled people or have people on our team that are inactive that have never ordered again. Get them a little roller. You can get almost everything delivered to you guys. You can send them 2 rollers, a small bottle of coconut oil, set up a Zoom call with them, have them get out whatever oils they have, go through every one of them, and then say, what are your 2 top concerns? Let's make some rollers for you. You can even ship from home. I've started to use this company called Pirate Ship, and it's way cheaper than the post office, one. And you can print labels and then just cut them out and stick them to the packages. Now, unfortunately, I have a lockbox for my post office, so I can't put them in the mail. But if you had a regular post box with a mailbox, you could stick them in there, or you could just drive by and, use a cloth to open the post office box blue thingy and stick them in there. So if they're small enough, they don't even have to go in the post office. So you can do a lot of things, and that's such a great idea. Even just sending tear pads and tear sheets of information, things that can just go into an envelope with regular postage, is such a great way right now that we can really step up and step in to support our people. So I'm so grateful, Kate, that you opened your heart to us, and we missed you, and we're so happy to have you back. But also that practical tip of how we can, support. And besides Pirate Ship, there's a ton of other options. I mean, if you have a PayPal account, you can ship from PayPal. There's a tons of other options out there. I just personally use, what do you use, Fraiche? PayPal for your business?
I use PayPal, and the way my husband and I did it is I had him send me $1, so that way I have him as a transaction, and then I print all of my shipping labels for everything from his transaction. So it ends up being way cheaper, not way cheaper, but maybe like $1 cheaper than what you'll spend if you go to the post office, if you just buy the shipping label through PayPal.
Yeah. I've shipped boxes for almost half the price. Within Hawaii, it's pretty inexpensive, but once you start going out of state, and then if the flat rate boxes just don't work for you size wise, so I've saved almost half as much with what I would spend with Pirate Ship, and you just print the label at home. So there's options for that. All right. It's 9:20 already. We had, Kanan, did you have anything else? Otherwise, I was going to go over like schedules and stuff.
Quick one, just because everybody's been touching on it a little bit already. So just quick to tie everything together. We have a lot of time now, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm laid off. I think there's a few other people that might be laid off. So I'm going to speak for myself. I have a lot of time. That's great. However, time management has become a major issue for me because now I'm homeschooling. I feel this need to constantly clean my house because I don't know. Everybody that walks in my house, I'm like, oh God, germs.
A clean freak. She's a clean freak too.
So,
She is.
So time management though. So I had this really strict schedule when I was working as a hygienist. I would fit doTERRA in on my lunch break. I would fit doTERRA in right after work. And then kids would go to bed and I would fit doTERRA in again. So I was doing about 3 hours every day, 2 to 3 hours, because sometimes my lunch is shorter. But I knew exactly where I was fitting everything in. And it was great and it worked. Now I have this time and like I don't really have a lunch break. It's weird. And my kids, we do school and then we go like hard 9 to 12. So then I try to fit doTERRA in after, but then after I'm like, oh, I gotta clean my house. So anyways, it's figuring out where, yeah, there is no breaks with homeschool. I just wrote that. So it's figuring out your schedule, like purposely make a schedule to fit doTERRA in, whatever that means to you. We've said it before, you can work this business part-time, you can work this business full-time, but you cannot work your business successfully sometimes. So you have to have it plugged in. And that, I wanted to say, is going to bring us to DMO. And Liza posted, I want to say maybe last week in our builders group, about DMO. So most of us know DMO, maybe newer builders, not too sure. It's a daily method of operation. And it kind of has this little plan for you. If you're kind of like, pipes are there. You really do want to do your pipes. But sometimes you're like, okay, wait, what now? I think I prepared. I did invite. So DMO is a little bit easier. It's 2 new contacts, 2 personal invites, because we do have a ton of classes online that Liza's going to talk about, 2 follow-ups. That's what Kate was talking about. Follow up with inactive, follow up with new people, follow up with people that are on LRP that are consistent orders. Just follow up, and 2 business conversations. So maybe not necessarily launching a builder, but have a conversation with someone. Are you interested? Can I share this with you? This is what I do with the biz. However, whatever the talk may be, or I'll text my DMO group like tonight. Like, don't forget Zoom 8:30. That was my one business conversation. You know, so whatever it means to you. And DMO looks, although this is the map of DMO, daily method of operation, it may look different for everybody. So we have a DMO group that we were a little stagnant for a couple months, but it's nice because we will post or text each other our DMO. My DMO is like totally different from Liza's. She does like, sorry, there's like little gnats. And my DMO is totally different from Kate's. But the basic foundation of new contacts, invites, follow-ups, biz convo is there, whatever that means. So you may want to get started on a DMO group with your builders. It can be 2 people, 3 people, whatever you want it to be, but it holds each other accountable, and you know you're working your business every day. And some days we're like, oh, I totally sucked. I did 2 invites, like that's all I did today. But it's okay. It's totally okay, because you're aware of it, you're stating it, and you're like, I'm gonna do better. I am gonna do my whole DMO tomorrow. So that's, I really wanna stress that. You can look it up on the search feature on the builders group if you have like no idea what I'm talking about. You can search it, and we're happy to explain it too if you have questions.
All right. So, yeah, and you know, your DMO is going to be aligned to what your goals are. But what I want to say about what I love about that group and what I've missed is that I get great ideas from Kate and Kanani and Aisha and Keisha. Like, I get great ideas from what other people are doing about what I can do, and then also about what's happening on their individual teams, and then how I can pull that together as your upline and really support you, you know, through these kinds of forums. Like some of the feedback we're getting, and I feel like maybe it's something we'll move towards more. If there are topics you guys want to cover, let us know, because you know, people are kind of getting discouraged coming onto these calls if we're talking about daily mentor call and they're not actually listening to the daily mentor calls. So, you know, we want to make your time worthwhile. Okay, so funny story. I've had now somebody who I have been inviting forever to classes say on my personal page live, I need this set of oils. So I guess it was a blessing in disguise that I accidentally posted it on my personal page. Facebook groups. Kanani kind of mentioned this, but I wanted to elaborate more. As part of your workflow, if you guys could get into the Facebook groups, I know a lot of you are more active on Instagram, and that's totally fine. But all of what I love about Facebook is my ability to like post announcements and have things live there, and it's easily searchable with that search feature. So you should be kind of aware of what's always pinned posts or announcements in the builders group as well as in the customer group, because you're going to get a lot of questions that I do. Where are the specials? Where's the schedule of events? Where, you know, and then I can say, oh, how do I get in touch with biz management? Oh, it's posted in the biz group. So you want to know those things so that you can appropriately direct people. Fraser just chatted a little bit about time blocking. I've said this before. Now that I work half time, it's not that I get more done in doTERRA. I'm just less stressed. And I struggle and have still struggled with this lack of structure. I'm such a structured person. So before, when I was crazy busy, I would just plug doTERRA into all my little pukas and crafts. Now I have so much flexibility of time. I have to work really freaking hard at being on task. So I recommend some sort of doTERRA planner right now. This is not a planner. I don't know that I'm loving this. This book is a bazillion times bigger than I thought, but it kind of follows the DMO. So in here, I have my to-do list, new contacts, follow-up customer contacts, builders. Fraser's saying she loves the Do planner. But she said, print out a time block calendar and fill it out for the week. It'll help you stay on task and actually do the things that you need to be doing. And part of that should be DMO. Like, you know, that should be worked into there. So just a little bit about time blocking. People that are busier, in my opinion, I have seen be more successful in this business than people who are not as busy. That's just my personal take. And prior to working half-time, I would say I'm completely a product of that. Like, because I had zero time, I made what time I had work. Tia mentioned the passion planner. I have used that one in the past, and it has a free printable that's perfect for time blocking. So awesome. So definitely get with something. And this is not just good for like doTERRA, but for your entire life. Okay, a couple things I want to talk about to just wrap us up tonight is Diamond Club. Congratulations as a team. We hit 90,000 in overall volume. That was our highest month ever. We had 72 team enrollments. Not all of them counted as Diamond Club enrollments, but I want to say we probably ended the night or the month with about 45, 46. Phenomenal month for us. Diamond Club is still in full effect. If you don't know what Diamond Club is, please connect with the people that, like your enroller here or whoever your upline support is. I'm going to share my screen again. And basically what Diamond Club is a call to educate. So what we're wanting to do is to invite people to events. And you guys, these are all, I mean, we have so many events. So these are the events. Fraser's hosting this Thursday event. There's one tomorrow. She posted the graphic for the invite in the builders group. There's a thread that has all the graphics, and this one is at the top and hers is in there. And then what she does is once people RSVP, then there's another graphic that she sends to them. Okay. These are all like Essential Oil 101, Diamond Club events. Basically, we want people to come and get educated. This is not just new people. This is everyone. Then Erin and our larger team are doing an Essential Oils Made Easy class every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. So that's, 4 o'clock Pacific time. So it's 1 o'clock our time. There's all the information that you need for that. Diana chatted about these and Lotus did as well. These oil talks live and unplugged, joining our best essential oil educators Wednesday. So that's 9 a.m. our time, and Friday, 1 p.m. These are not recorded. They're great to just even listen in. You don't have to turn on your video or anything, but they're really, really, really phenomenal. Something different we're doing this month to try to build more community. Couple of save the dates. We are going to switch things up and we are going to do some community team events. So on the 8th and the 22nd, instead of having builders calls, we're going to go from product right into games. So I just emailed the template for the, oh, Lotus mentioned you can chat in questions for those live calls if you have any. So just going back to these, you can chat in any questions as well. So this is something different. And this is such a great way, you guys, for us to connect with all of our customers. Invite them to these events. 8:45 on Wednesday nights, we're going to do Essential Oil Bingo. I just realized that I sent out the graphic without instructions how to use it. So I'm going to tell you how to use it right now. It's a blank bingo chart. And what I want people to do is to write in oils into the chart. Okay. So we're going to try this time just oils, but it could be any oil that doTERRA has ever done. Well, I don't know if that's possible because I was going to have my kit. Anyway, shucks. Dang it. Let's just do every product. Every product that could be in the catalog. Let's go with that. any product that's in the catalog. Okay. Because what we're going to do is then I'm just going to like, somebody say a page and I'm going to just like find the oil, and that's how we're going to do essential oil bingo. Okay. So any product that's in the catalog, you create your own bingo card. And what do you think? Up to 2 bingo cards? People can create up to 2 bingo cards. Yeah, it's good. Okay, 2 bingo cards. All right. So I will do a better job and send another email getting that information. The cool thing is if people show up to the call, we can give everybody 5 or 10 minutes to fill out their bingo card right there. They don't even need an actual bingo card. They can just write a grid on a piece of paper. So we'll get through it all. Kyle, you want to say something to me about it? No? Okay. And then, although he didn't know it, Kyle and Kate are going to, which is probably why he's here tonight, because he's like, what did you sign me up for? I've never actually played this game, Kahoot, but Kyle and Kate are going to be creating an essential oil Kahoot game for us to play on April 22nd. So these will be in lieu of our builders calls these nights. These will be community team events, and we want everyone to show up. Okay. Last thing though, I do want to tell you guys, because you're here, is that, and I don't like this new Facebook. I can't figure it out. I just posted this in the builders group that I set up. You guys, this is really cool. Okay. So, I set up a call with Simone Lesu, who is the like overall like US director of sales. He's also from Hawaii, lives in Utah now, but he used to be the Pacific regional sales something. And he, why am I here? I want to go just to the main page. So here it is. Save the date. So Jake Reese is the doTERRA marketing and development manager, which is what for the Pacific region, which is us. Simone used to do this job, and when Russell Butters got promoted, Simone took Russell's job as the doTERRA US sales director. They're going to be joining us on Wednesday the 8th at 2 p.m. Hawaii time on this Zoom link to just be with our team and come talk about the vision of the company and where we're at. And I mean, you guys, these are major players. These, you know, these are the, yeah. And so, so it's super awesome. So please, as much as possible, like we have a tremendous turnout tonight. Please, as much as possible, try to show up to that. I can record that one. Yes, absolutely. Some of you, so it was tricky. We couldn't do it later with them because they're in mountain time and they have families and everything. So Simone actually wanted to do it 5 his time, and but that was 1 p.m. So for our teachers and everything, we just settled on 2. But I will definitely record that, Kailana, and post that recording in the builders group so that you can catch that. If you don't know these guys, you definitely want to know them. And if you ever see them at any doTERRA event or even out on Oahu or whatever, when life goes back to normal, you go up to them, you say, I'm on Liza's Essential Island Living team, and they will totally know exactly who you're talking about. And they love our team, and so they're doing that to support us. So Diamond Club, don't forget the Diamond Club code. Let me say it again. Don't forget the Diamond Club code. Let me say it again. Please try not to forget the Diamond Club code. I posted a beautiful graphic that has the 2 the promos with the Diamond Club code under it. I will post it in the builders group again and tag it on the announcements page. Actually, there is a already posted graphic, and I posted it under there. I try to create threads of resources so that it's not like a bazillion posts up in there. If you don't know what Diamond Club is, I'm not going to take the time to explain it now, but it just means that we're providing tons of education and that your enrollments have opportunities to get free oils. And that's a great way to incentivize. Now, you also, if anybody enrolled with a Diamond Club promo last month and 100 PV order, if they do 100 PV LRP this month, they get $25 in free product. And that's true for the duration of Diamond Club. So for those of you guys that enrolled people with a Diamond Club code already, be sure that you are letting them know, like, hey, how can I support you? Have you set up your membership overview? I've been doing all of mine on Zoom. I've been getting people their enrollment kits, welcome gifts, and then we make rollers and stuff together via Zoom. But let them know, just so you know, you are eligible to get $25 of free product this month. If you're interested, let me know. Okay. So that's another reason to reach out to all those people on Diamond Club. I had offered a bunch of different incentives for hosting classes that clearly is not going to happen now because of the change. So what I want to tell you guys is there are cash prizes in Diamond Club. I don't know what they are because that part of what I do in my business has never really motivated me. Incentive trip was pretty amazing though, and I'm definitely going to go for it this year. But what I want to do is I want to split whatever I win in Diamond Club, whether it's $1,000 or if I win the grand prize, maybe it's like 15 grand, even something crazy like that, which I'm not going to win the grand prize, but we did pretty kick ass this month. So, I mean, it's not like we're doing too shabby. I want to split it with all of you that enrolled people with Diamond Club. So I need you guys to keep track of who you enrolled, personally enrolled with a Diamond Club promo code. And then once Diamond Club ends and if I'm given a cash prize, I'm going to figure out what it is, how many people I need to split it amongst. And it's going to be split by the number of enrollments, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm pushing Diamond Club because I want to win a bunch of money. I am happy to help share that money with the people that are doing the work, which is you guys. Okay. I think that's it. I've started talking really fast because it's late already. So, any questions about anything that I shared? No? All right, let's go ahead. And I'm super, super excited about all the things we have to offer. We have never had so much education before. Like, it's insane. There's never been a time when we've offered. There's pretty much a class that you can invite people to every day of the week but Saturday. Legitimate. So Monday night class, a Tuesday class, Wednesday, this class, Thursday, Friday, and a Sunday class. Okay, so now is the time for us to really be of service to people. Let's take our quick pick. Trying to get Diana out of that light glare. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, so much better. All right, everybody smile. Okay. Last but not least, if you get a leadership magazine, great. If you don't, please pick one up this month. Lotus's diamond feature is in here. My diamond feature is in here. This is probably definitely, I literally got in the mail today. Definitely just one of the moments in the business where you're like, so.
Yes, big shout out. Congratulations to you, like.
You
And
too.
again, I know we're both in there. It's so fun. But not only that, but like I said, I posted it in the group the amazing achievements that you guys always are doing. And as your upline, I know Eliza appreciates this, but I'm always paying attention. I do my best, feel free always to reach out to me or any one of us above you, because like Eliza shared, the whole point of us doing this for us, our core was to be of service. And so we usually are helpful and want to help you. And, life is busy. So if something, for some reason, we can't, but don't be afraid to ask. I think that's kind of the epitome of all that we do with this business too, right? You just ask people, do you know about doTERRA? Do you need oils? What do you, I'm just helping. But it's just like accolades. I mean, your team, every time I'm always like, oh, so
I mean, we can just say it here.
you.
We're Lotus's rock star team. I mean, we can just say that here.
Yes, definitely, 100%. I always tell, like I told Brandon, my partner, was like, oh, Eliza this and that. And he understands some, but I let people know how much I see what you're doing. And it just keep it up. And I appreciate you, even though I only know you here and there, but I still am very aware of all that you're doing. So
well, we really appreciate that you came on tonight's call. I'm so grateful that showed up and that you have so much. Lotus has so much product knowledge, you guys. I mean, in the earlier days, I've gotten better and now we have a good repertoire in the group, but I would tag her all the time about stuff. So I really appreciate that she's in our groups and paying attention, not only to the business side, but also the product side when people have questions. And, yes, I gave us both a little shout out in this, but you know what's great about this? If you haven't reached the rank, I think if you're elite and above, you get one automatically. If you haven't reached the rank to get this, typically order one, because you read about all the different people that have achieved this rank, and they're all like, I'm so different from a lot of people. Lotus is so like, we all have these different stories, and it's cool because then you don't feel like there's always so much of that comparison and I can't do what this person does and I'm not good at that part. But then you realize like, oh, I get to take what I'm good at and like make that work for me. So I highly recommend investing in the Leadership magazine. I think they come out 4 times a year. Just because you just learn so much from all these people that are successful in this business. And like anything else, you want to learn from people who have done the work. So as usual, love you all so much. Appreciate you all so much. For those of you that don't know me well and might have gotten my text today, it was like, genuinely, I feel like we're in a time where people deserve for us to show up. We deserve to show up, like, we deserve to show up for ourselves, but people are, deserve for us to show up for them as well. And the world does. And so go out there and shine your light. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for all you do. We will see you hopefully on a class. Fraser's hosting one tomorrow, 3:00. But yeah, see you guys soon.